Not just machines, nation states can be rogue too. An election is happening in the United Kingdom. The Conservatives are picking their next Prime Minister. The Brits want a leader who is tough on China, and Rishi Sunak is trying to project himself as the right man for the job. He has shared his strategy to deal with China, and it has some bold proposals, like shutting down all Confucius institutes in the UK. Sunak's rival Liz Truss is challenging him. Her aides say Sunak was actually soft on China as Chancellor. Our next report has more.
China is our #1 threat. That's the declaration of Rishi Sunak. He wants to be Britain's next Prime Minister, but Sunak is behind in the polls. He wants to get ahead. So Sunak is turning his attention to China. He has shared a plan. Sunak says China and the Communist Party pose the biggest threat to Britain. To win the election, he is making tall promises. He has vowed to close all 30 of China's Confucius institutes, expand support to businesses to deal with Chinese industrial espionage, and stop takeovers of British companies by Chinese firms. Sunak's ideas were noticed by Beijing. The Communist Party has some advice for him.
The election of the head of the British Conservative Party is an internal matter of the United Kingdom, and I will not comment on it, but I would like to urge certain British politicians not to make an issue out of China or hype the so-called China threat, because such irresponsible remarks will not help them solve their own problems.
China is taking Sunak seriously. Sunak's rival, Liz Truss, is firing back too.
Because you have raised tax.
Her team says the former Chancellor was too soft on China in office. They point at a recent piece by a Chinese state mouthpiece. It praised Sunak for allowing a pragmatic approach to the UK's ties with China. They could be referring to the trade relationship. Under Rishi Sunak, Britain's trade with China got a boost. It has now increased by almost 12%. Further, as Chancellor, Sunak is said to have pushed for an economic deal between the two countries. Rishi Sunak is countering the attacks. His team is pointing at Liz Truss's tenure as education minister. They say under her, 9 Confucius institutes opened in Britain. In 2015, Truss had even paid a visit to China. He was then the Secretary of State for Environment, Food and Rural Affairs. At that time, she described China as a key global economic partner for the UK. But now, China is political kryptonite. Last year, a poll was conducted. British citizens were asked about their views on China. Almost 79% of the respondents labeled China as a threat to security. So, appearing tough on China is now a necessity for these two candidates.
WION is now available in your country. Download the app now and get all the news on the move.